Along the Ganges River in India lies the old city known as Varanasi. Historians believe it was founded 1,000 years before the birth of Christ. Pilgrims come here from all over the country to worship by the river. They seek out the local priests to bless them and conduct religious rituals on their behalf. But Varanasi is also home to a strange cult, one that is widely criticized and feared. They are known as the Aghori. They are eaters of the dead. The Aghori cult began in the 14th century. Their name comes from the word Aghor, which ironically means non-terrible. To them, the whole world is beautiful because everything originates from the same pure source. The Aghori's domain is the graveyard. Where people's lives come to an end, the Aghori finds his sustenance.
For the Aghoris, human flesh is not food. They don't have the same attitude to it that we would have to food, so they're not actually eating food. This consumption of the human flesh is really part of their religious consciousness, because they believe that by consuming human flesh, they are going to acquire a certain set of magical practices.
The Aghoris are a common sight near the cremation areas. After every ceremony, they sneak in to steal remnants of the burnt body. No one dares to stop them. They believe the Aghoris possess great magical powers, and they are afraid the Aghoris might curse them.
At the end of 19th century, there were about 200 Aghoris in Varanasi, which is one of the holiest cities in India for Hindus. And the numbers today are very, very small. They are probably no more than 20 who are still, identifying themselves as Aghoris and who practice the life that their founder had, planned for them.
The burnt human flesh is eaten as part of a holy ritual. They are also obliged to pray and become intoxicated with alcohol.
रोज खाएगा हमारे ऊपर काली का मंदिर बनाया वहीं पर रहता हूँ मसाले इतना खत्म हो जाएगा उसमें मैं प्रसाद खोल कर मैं खा जाऊँगा 100 ग्राम 50 ग्राम जोल खाता हूँ.
Chief among the Aghoris' philosophies is their freedom from the restrictions of social taboos. They embrace everything that we might find terrifying or even disgusting. And that includes what they choose to eat. Sometimes the Aghoris go into the Ganges River to look for larger pieces of human flesh. They'll eat anything they find, even if it is rotting. To them, it's still a gift from God. The Aghoris mark the end of their prayer ritual by drinking their own urine. According to Aghori teachings, urine is looked upon as a celestial nectar, and its consumption slows down old age, destroys physical ailments, and most importantly, accelerates the attainment of nirvana, the ultimate freedom from the death and rebirth cycle. To understand why the Aghoris practice this ritual, one must delve a little deeper into their beliefs. Life for them is a mission, To achieve enlightenment is to learn to love and bless all that is repulsive. When the Aghoris feed on the dead, they don't think of it as human flesh. To them, it's holy food, a gift to be savored, one step closer to achieving spiritual awakening.
The Aghoris have become very popular in the media. There's been a lot of sensationalism, of course, and they have captured the popular imagination, not just today, but back in the 17th, 18th centuries as well, which is why they were talked about and written about by visitors to India, and certainly the British colonial administrators were aware of some of these practices and tried to legislate against them. And one of the reasons they tried to legislate against these practices were because they were very radical, and one practice was, of course, the eating of human flesh.
Food is an essential part of culture. Eating together can be used to solidify a personal or professional relationship. People often share a meal in order to get to know one another or simply enjoy each other's company. No matter what the era, food has been a key part of human existence. Our culinary skills have been honed by thousands of years of history and tradition, resulting in a legacy of food appreciation that will last well into the future. It is safe to say that as long as there are people, there will always be good food.